Hello. Hi, this is Vita Steklana. It's been almost 2 years I have been on my channel. I promised my significant other that I will come back and be consistent with you guys, my family. And I thank you guys for sticking around um, to see when next I would upload anything, if any at all. The, from 2022, the later half of 2022 to mid 2024 was life, and for me, I had a lot of trials and tribulations. I'm still going through a lot of things. However, as time go by, I have learned how to adapt and deal with certain circumstances as they come. Backstory, I'm just here telling you guys where I have been basically for the past couple of years. I know I look a little bit rounder in the face. No, I do not have any kids. It's just life changes, they come one after each other. One of my previous videos, I think it was my chocolate video, or chocolate latte, or latte, what, that's how long ago it was. I mentioned to you guys that I lost my dad in October of 2022. It was rough. However, he prolonged a very long, full life. He died at the age of 80, shy 1 month away from being 81. When I saw that my dad was starting to take a turn for the worse, mentally, the worse he got, the worse I got. I'm my dad's only child, and I look just like him. So, life is so hard. So, when he got worse, I got worse. I knew the time was coming, but it's hard to accept what you cannot stop. It's coming, whether you like it or not. How do you accept that? When the time came, mentally, I broke down. Mentally, physically, I was in a very dark place. And during that time of my grief, my now ex-husband, he was stationed abroad. And my dad's burial was in November, and in November, we decided to go our separate ways. So, on top of still grieving my dad, I'm grieving my marriage. My marriage has come to an end. Okay, I'm here in this city by myself, and when you're in a city by yourself and you're in a room by yourself, it starts closing in on you. My strength, my motivation, the person I could count on to give me that hard, tough love would be my big sister. And my big sister stood by me through thick, through thin, everything throughout this entire transition. Coming down to Thanksgiving, my sister got me really sick. I'm like, what is this? What is this 2022 doing to me? This is my dad. Then my marriage. Don't tell me I'm about to lose my sister. She's okay, living best of health. But what we thought was something simple, it wasn't simple. She was hospitalized for a little over a week, but through prayers and positivity, great doctors and nurses she had by her side, she came through and she's fine. Thank God. Christmas 2022 sucked. I felt alone. I kept asking my why me, and I wasn't really paying attention to what my body was doing. February came around, I'm like, oh, when last have we had a period? My dad died, and I've been, you know, so taken up with so much of life, of what's going on with me, I wasn't paying attention to my body. I wasn't pregnant though. um, However, my body started skipping and doing things which my doctor thought at the time stress played a major factor as to why my body was doing everything it was doing. Cool, no, I'm trying to understand my divorce as to what, why, whatever. I'm not going to go into details with that because it's not just my story to tell. Anyway, um, 2023, my mental health went downhill really bad to the point, okay, I was thinking really bad thoughts. And I'm like, okay, this isn't normal. I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to stay in bed all day. I just want to sleep, um, work and sleep. I didn't care how I looked. I didn't care to even take a shower. You have to pay attention to yourself and know when something is wrong, which could be very difficult for some people. However, I was strong enough to know I needed help. I reached out to my practitioner and I told them what was going on. So they had me do a survey. And the survey asks you basic life questions like on a scale of 1 to 10, how often do you feel like interacting with people, socializing, just basic questions like that. And I realized all my answers was like no, no, not at all. All my answers was not good. So clearly, when I looked at that entire survey and the answers that I provided, I realized I was in trouble. Started going to a psychiatrist, start talking, and they decided to put me on some medications. And not just medications, they also encouraged me to interact more socially, start going for walks at least 30 minutes a day and stuff like that to help come out of the depression I was in. So at this point, I'm battling both depression and anxiety at the same time. I wasn't sleeping at night because my mind is wandering. It's running like 100 miles per hour in my head. So, and that's the anxiety part of it. So I wasn't sleeping at night really. I can't stay focused on work. I'm foggy. Um, you're typing on work. I'm typing, and it's like, you know what you're saying, but then you forget what you're saying, if that makes sense. So I realized it was a lot of fogginess, and when I'm trying to say a sentence, kind of trying to figure out exactly what my next word is. So I know I was in a really bad state, so I had to fall back on social media, fall back on a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's okay to take a step back to move forward. I had to accept the things that was happening in my life and believe that there's a silver lining at the end of it all. I stopped questioning why me. And I got up and I just started rolling with the punches as they come, like whatever is thrown my way, I'll deal with it when it comes. Try to reset my mind instead of thinking, okay, this could happen or that could happen. And it's not even happening. And it's, try and just deal with situations as they come. Don't make it real in your head when it isn't. So that was 2024. My mom came up and that helped me a lot, a lot. Nothing like mama's love. I have a really, really good relationship with my mother. She's my best friend. I could tell her anything. I'll always be her little girl. And having her here for those months really helped heal a major part of me. And that was my steps towards getting better. When she left, I had to resume back to being here by myself and stuff. It was a struggle in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. Because I think part of it too was because a lot of my ex-husband stuff was still here in the apartment. So it was a constant reminder. So we were going through the divorce. Divorce take about a year and a half to be over. It wasn't malicious or anything. Um, Thank God it was not a messy one. Um, However, I just needed to understand. It was hard for me to grasp that it's over. It was very hard for me to understand that. I battled that for about 3 years, 2022, almost 3 years, 2022, 2023. Then things started to change in, why am I blushing saying this? August of 2024, things change. My significant other, who's now in my life, I don't know, God sends people and messengers in a strange way. He came into my life and educated me about some things that, personal things that I discussed with him as our friendship grew. And I learned to understand life more and what was happening and why it was happening. Part of the things I even forgot to mention is I stopped accepting. I didn't have that self-confidence in myself anymore because I gained like 40 pounds. Look at my face. It's big. And I was not motivated to come on here to do makeup because I'm like, my cheeks are so fat. Oh, I could barely see where to contour. Anything. It just looks different to me. So I'm like, it was hard to accept me for what I'm looking like now. All my clothes in my closet didn't fit me anymore. I jumped straight from size extra small, small, jumped to medium. Within 2 months, the medium to large. So I could still, according to the make and the designer, I could wear medium to large. I'm like right in the middle right there. And I'm not used to that size. So seeing me in this fullness, it felt weird, and it came on so fast. So I went back to my doctor and they ran some tests and stuff, and they told me I was premenopausal. That's why is it such a forbidden topic? Oh my God. I'm premenopausal, hence the reason why I've gained this weight. Hence the reason why my period was skipping and stuff. It wasn't just stress. My hormones are imbalanced. Oh, so nature students first. That's why I look the way I'm looking right now, you know? Anyway, my significant other told me he loved me just the way I am. If I want to lose weight, that's my choice. But for him, I'm perfect. It's amazing how these little words keep you motivated, especially when you don't hear it often. You know, someone to appreciate you for you, with your flaws, is so hard to come by. This man took me from a dark place and pulled me to the light, a light that is so bright it's blinding. I am excited now for my future. Every morning I wake up now, I look forward to see what tomorrow brings. Not just because of him, but he has motivated me to live. Don't exist, just live. And for that, I would forever, forever be thankful to him and to the Almighty God. During my journey, my transitioning journey to where I am now, I've grown closer to God, speaking to God. I cry with God, talk to God. And I started noticing the strength I started to develop mentally, physically. Breakups are bad. Some people get lost in the sadness, in the bitterness. I was becoming very bitter towards myself, towards people that love me, towards people who was looking out for me. And that's wrong. I eventually learned to accept, okay, this is what happened. It's a feeling. You're gonna get through it. Just push through. And from that, every day was a better day. Every single day was a better day. And my significant other, he couldn't come in my life in a better time when I needed that push. And he does nothing but push me towards excellence. He pushes me in a way that I'm seeing strengths in myself that I never even knew I had in myself. Motivated me in a way to do things or think in a way that I never used to think about certain things in life. He teaches me about God. He knows God. He pays attention to me. In due time, in the near future, I'm not sure if I'm going to make him part of this journey with me on my channel. Um, but sometimes privacy make a relationship, strive, because when you put too much out there, the internet have a way in twisting things and causing chaos. So yeah, I am coming back. However, I am at the age of 44 now. Believe it or not, to some people, I am 44. So I'm trying to decide what direction I want to take my channel. This is where you guys come in. Tell me what you want to see, because I'm still into my makeup and stuff like that. Should I do stuff for more mature skin? Should I, you know what? I'm gonna do a little bit of everything. How about that? I came on here, no makeup, nothing, just to be real and transparent with you guys. I think it's only fair I come back like this rather than a mask and pretending everything is okay when I know it's not entirely okay. So, this is why I'm looking the way I'm looking. I am not perfect. I have my blemishes and imperfections, but this is who I am, like it or not. There will be times I will come on camera to talk to you guys like this because I'm confident in the skin I'm in. I'm confident of the woman that I am today. I am. Content to look out for from me in the near future. I would, I'll be doing bright makeup here and there, but now I'm more on the mature side. I'm gonna tone it down. I love the fresh look that's been trending these days. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's stunning, it's classy, it's right up my alley. I love a dainty look where it's not too much. Um, Giving tips and tricks on my press-ons. Believe it or not, these press-ons has been in my hands for 3 weeks. Nothing but glue. 3 whole weeks. Not one popped off. Shampoo my hair, clean my house, do laundry, shampoo Sky, all my housework. I work every day on the computer. Nothing popped off. Didn't have to glue back one. I'll show you guys my tips and tricks for long lasting press ons. Save yourself some money. Because the economy right now, that's a whole paycheck by itself. And I am not taking my hard earned money and spending $300, $200 for a set that's only going to last me 2 weeks. I have to go back to the nail shop again. No, I don't think so. So, I will be showing you guys how to do your makeup yourself, how to stay looking classy and dainty like you just came out a luxurious spa. And we did it all at home ourselves so we could save ourselves some money. I'm also going to include a lot more drugstore friendly products in my looks going forward because even myself, which I am proud of, I used to be a Rouge member in Sephora. And after my divorce, I had to cut the way I'm spending money because I'm surviving out here on my own now. So I have bills to pay. I have a cat to take care of that loves salmon. So your girl can't be spending that kind of money in Sephora anymore. So I had to fall back. So the first year they dropped me from Rouge to what's the tier before that? Was it VIB? Whatever that tier is before um the highest tier, that's what I was dropped at. And since I spent less than $500 that year, because Rouge is 1,000 plus, your Rouge. And at that point, I realized I'm spending too much in makeup. $1,000 a year in makeup? No, that's outrageous. I'm not gonna use all this shit and in the space of 2 or 3 months or whatever the expiration is on these things. And I pay too much money to say I'm gonna get rid of a foundation in 6 months. Like I'm not paying $45, $50 for a foundation, and because it's at its expiration point, I should throw it away after 6 months once open. No, I'm not doing that. Sorry. If it smells bad and separated, then I'll get rid of it. But I have realized over the past year or so, since I've been self reflecting, all this money spent, and a lot of it is just sitting here, and I'm not the only one. For your skincare as well, all those products I bought in Sephora, Ulta, whatever, those huge brand names, you know what? The 10 step unnecessary steps, you don't need it. These are all money grabs. I'm learning that daily. It's just money grabs. So yes, I'm coming back on to do makeup, but I'm just using what I have in my stash. You know, I'm not trying to be back rouge in Sephora. What I didn't like about Sephora though, because they took away my tier, they took away my 9,000 points that I had. That really pissed me off for them. So I just wanted to come on here after 2 years and say hi. Yes, I'm still here. I'm still around, and I am going to be back doing tutorials, do it yourself, beauty content mostly. If you guys have any ideas or any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. There's one on the side. Let me tell you guys, when I put this camera on, I forgot how to use my camera. I had to start all over from scratch because I'm like, I forgot how to use my camera. That's how long I haven't used this camera. So I was sitting here doing my eyebrows, and I'm like, or about to do my eyebrows, and I'm like, say hi to the family. So, family, I am here, I am good, and I am coming back. I love you guys. Thank you guys for sticking around, and look out for more updates from me. And I will see you guys in the next one. I love you guys.